Alright, what up though? Welcome back to the channel. Quick shout out to everyone who's been supporting my channel. I really do appreciate you. Let's get into the energy, okay? Because the energy is insane. The energy is crazy. I've been picking up on a lot of spiritual synchronicities going on. It's been distracting almost. It's almost like there's some type of thinning of the veil or heavy paranormal activity going on at this time. And things that you could have been like blind to, you could have overlooked, is now getting your attention. Things that you didn't even know was a sign is now coming to your attention that it was a sign. It was what you thought it was. Okay. Some type of dream could be coming true as well. You could be getting like multiple signs about something. And a lot of it has to do with you. It's like the more you turn inwards, the more spiritual your world becomes. Okay? Because there's something about like knowing yourself that is like deepening your spiritual powers in some type of way. So the more that you heal parts of yourself, the more online your spiritual body becomes. And the things that you were blind to are now like in hyper focus. Okay? There's something going on in the energy. Let me know if you're feeling it as well. But yeah, let's get it. What's going on for the collective? Virgo, without further ado. Without further ado, what's going on for Virgo? I'm hearing that things are meeting your expectations. Okay? So you could be a person who thinks about how something is going to go before it happens, and then you get to watch things play out how you expected it to. Okay, so some of you are testing your own predictions. Alright, see if they come true. Testing a theory as well. Some of you may have thought you've done something spiritually, so you tried to replicate it to see if it was, you. There's a lot coming out in the energy, alright? Wow, the rest is still unwritten. We've been getting this card a lot. There's something about the future. This is my card of when you have like a blank slate. You get away from everything and everyone, and now you can rewrite your future. Blank slate energy. Something that happened in 2004. Looking for the outside. Looking outside and... So this is my card of like peepers, people who look at you from the outside. So everybody's waiting to see what's going to happen in the future, including you, Virgo. The ancestors and angels could be watching from the outside as well. There's also like a glimpse of your future. You're going to be able to see a glimpse of your future. Garden of Eden in the reverse and rain down on me. Some of you don't expect some type of abundance or upgrade that's coming towards you. What's this energy here? The rest is still unwritten and looking outside, looking in. Whoa, nobody's gonna save you. I'm also picking up on that energy again, Virgo. The more your future is changing, the more you look inwards. Didn't I say that earlier? Looking inwards. The more you look inwards, the more you give inwards, the more you focus on yourself, the more spiritual you get. So there's something about you changing your future by looking inside. It's almost like you saving yourself, rewriting your future. Okay? So there could be some type of future already written, and if you decide that that's not your future, you have the gift, you have the ability, you have the opportunity to change it. Some of you are trying to change the future. Okay, I'm picking that. Heavy on the God-given gifts. And look, change, palette change the future. Stop playing with them. Some of you feel like you may be a little helpless in current situation and current circumstances. That is just empowering you to what you're gonna do when you have the ability to change something. See, something won't be like this for always. There's something unwritten in the future. Okay, and you're looking into the future like I'm seeing my current situation. Like I said, some of you look into, now we're repeating, some of you look into future events and then they go how you expected them to. This is the future. You don't know how the future is gonna turn out for you, right? But then you imagine it. There's something about you quite literally predetermining your future and not letting others determine your future. You quite literally imagine things before it happened. Okay, almost like co-creating with the universe in some type of weird way. Some of you could literally be having that so reason vision type scenarios, but I'm picking up on most of you who just like think about what's gonna happen. You imagine it. You have the script in your mind. You've already came up with the closing statement. You feel me? It's this type of energy. And then you watch your expectations come to life. Weird. What's going on here in the energy? I've been picking heavy up on water. We have water and earth out here. This is too much. One card, please. Are you down for the ride? Family is a cornerstone. This is my card of intertwining with your community. Okay? Like Jesus came together with his flock. And he went around and he asked his disciples, are you down for the ride? You see, this ride, we're not going to have a job. We're not going to have resources. We're going to be nomads on foot, walking around, speaking the gospel. Are you down for the ride? And they were like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. What's this? Okay, so this could quite literally be you envisioning a future where people are in mutual accord with you, one accord. Okay, people are on your side, they're down for some ride. The disciples. Okay, you already know what it is. There's something about you again looking inwards. The journey to finding God. I'm picking up on they're calling it living water. Okay, I said this earlier, I've been picking up on water heavy. They've been talking about living water. And there's a journey that you have to take looking inwards to be connected to the abundant source. Okay, are you down for the ride? So the journey internally is what takes, the journey internally is what activates this spiritual commitment. Okay, you become a disciple. And on this path, you feel me, there's certain stipulations to being a disciple on this path. There's certain stipulations to looking inwards. You gotta really see yourself. You gotta really figure out your traumas. You gotta really work on yourself. Outside, looking in, you have to be very objective. This is like having no emotion to what happens in your life. You're just dedicated to supporting yourself. There it is. It's that simple. The rest is still unwritten. Your future is unwritten. and they need you to look at your circumstances without emotions. It's like they're showing me a deck of cards. Like, you gotta play the hand you were dealt, okay? The future is unwritten. You don't know how this deck is gonna win or lose for you. You feel me? And it can win if you objectively look at your hand and figure out what to play in order to be in one accord with your spiritual path. Because that's when your spiritual team can back you up. Alright? They're giving you signs. Okay? Signs, spirit, time, surprise. S could be significant, harmony. But you already know what it is. Destinies intertwine. Okay? So I don't know if this is like some type of destiny journey or something. Or you know that you were intertwined to deal with the people that you are. We're going back to the card deck of cards. You know you were dealt this card to be in this place around these people to fight this enemy at this time. Objectively, you gotta do what you gotta do to slay the enemy, move on. Is this type of energy. Because all of these are just distractions from you being on some type of spiritual path in which they're trying to lead you. I don't know if you know this. Okay. I'm hearing, I have plans for you. You do not know the plans that I have for you, the plans of your success, plans for your success, for your life in which it is better. There's plans out here. The rest is still unwritten. It's like you may have been dealt a deck of cards, but your spiritual team can guide you to the highest timeline your deck can get you. You feel me? Sign, spirit, time, surprise, and harmony. There's something here where if you go inwards on this journey and deepen your spiritual connection, they can lead you straight to harmony. Okay, away from these people who, look, literally away from this shit. Okay, you falling in love with people who can't even love you the way that you love them. I mean, you give it to others the way they can't give to you. It's like ascending past this. There's something planning. Okay, coming back together in confusion and twin flames. Yo, there's something coming back for you, and everybody may confuse it with a twin flame, but I feel like it's a connection with spirit. Okay, blind future plans and overthinking. OMG. And then future plans again. This says future dreams, y'all, and then this says future plans. There's something about the future. I'm also getting back in time. Some dude with a red car. Some dude with a future car. He went back in time. He went to the future or something. Alright, I'm picking up on the Dolores or some type of car with the wings or something. Anyway, something's coming back in time. Okay, some of you could have really been overthinking something, and you could have thought like it was a person. There could have been confusion about like a twin flame or something like that. But this, I'm picking up heavy on you uniting with you. On God. Like you uniting with you. Because you may have united with someone. And you made a decision. Oh my gosh, stop playing with me. You made a decision that somebody was not who you thought they were. They were low vibing. Okay, they were little, right? And they influence your emotions negatively. And you have to let that go. Decisions, angel of love, insurgent. This is that energy. You dropped the zero and you looked at yourself. And once you start really pouring into yourself, you realize that there is things you are completely done with. This is you in the present moment. Inconsistent. Some of you are still horny as fuck. But you know horniness ain't gonna get you nowhere. Right? But you have to escape like forbidden pleasures. And you get triggered. You really have to hold on tight to not go back to this. And it's being manipulated because there's people who know that you have these things and they're trying to test you. Okay, so you may have to stonewall some narcissists here, okay? You may regret giving in to double energy, all right? You may have to lock it down. Lock it down, okay? Shut it down and focus only on you, okay? Gossip, pursuit, and obsession. Because the more you focus on yourself, the more these hoes obsessively pursue you anyways, all right? Whatever changes that are coming clean, dismiss attention elsewhere. There are aspects inside of you that you're coming clean to. There's aspects and things inside of you that you are looking at objectively from the outside, criticizing yourself without emotion, logically thinking of how to get your attention elsewhere. You want to put that attention back on you, so you have to solve all these problems so that they're no longer problems, and you can focus the attention elsewhere. There can be a toxic woman trying to get your attention, trying to get you to compete, and you just going with the flow. Or this is you trying to get rid of all your toxicities. All right, flow opposite. You want to be the opposite, observing, revenge, and mask. Okay, there's some type of plot here, revenge on the mask. So I've been picking up on the they call it erosion, the erosion of the divine feminine, the erosion of the divine masculine. Okay, we are all divine, but our environment produces us to sound a certain way, act a certain way. And there's going to be like a radical freeing of the divine masculine, divine feminine, and we're going to be able to live out loud. You feel me? Just like some people like to wear their sexuality as their like outfit. Virgo, you're gonna be able to wear who you are proudly, no longer masking yourself. You feel me? Going back to that mask energy, no longer masking yourself, no longer changing and observing your environment. Look, something. I would show you my notes, but my notes are terrible. It says yourself observing yourself uncomfortably. Okay? No longer masking the uncomfortable parts of you to make everybody else comfortable in the room. No longer changing yourself, creating an ego that pleases everybody, but now you're being a rebel. Okay? Now you're living out loud. Look at this fairy tale in the reverse. No more being fake and living a fairy tale. No more apologizing for who the fuck you are. Now you're living out loud, okay? At one point, others' opinions shattered you and changed you, and you are aware of thyself. You're observing yourself and yourself being observed. And I also have awareness of oneself observing oneself. You're aware that things that may have like broke you, changed you when you were a child, and it made you toxic and insecure, and it played upon your emotions, and it's almost like you lost a part of yourself and you secretly allowed negativity and other people's projection and evil eye to mess with you. Okay, and this may be a bad time for you to be diving deeply into yourself because your finances could be blowing up at this time. Congratulations. Right? But all these memories are flooding from the past and they're coming up and they're making you dance with them and they're speaking up. It's almost like you can't escape your emotions because they're pouring out of you. And the more that you look into the past and not at other people but only inwards, the more that you can start coming to terms with things that you may have dismissed, changed. Force yourself into a box. Thinking that you love something, not knowing it was unhealthy, tying yourself to people and things, negotiating your own destruction. No longer will you do that. No longer will you focus so much more on the inside that you just push down trauma on the. No longer will you focus so much on the outside that you push down trauma on the inside. I said it opposite. No longer will you focus on the outside. You're too focused on the inside, Virgo. So there's something about opposites. We saw that earlier, switching the energy. Some of you were hyper focused on fixing your environment, thinking that it would fix things. Now you're seeing that the only fixing of things is inwards, which is weird as fuck. Because the more you fix yourself, the more like better life is, which is crazy. Because you may have been caught up in trying to fix life at expense of yourself, and now you're seeing your shadow and becoming your own muse. Some of you are so proud of yourself for living through an illusion and still being connected to something. There's something about being connected long distance. There's something about being connected to the inner child. Okay, I've been going like poetry, y'all. Some of you could be in poetry, you could like poetry. Lyrics and rhymes and riddles and sayings could be very important to you. Like you could have a favorite colloquialism or a favorite accent, specific word to your destination. Anyways, there's things that are like happening where you can have a connection with your inner child. Okay, you can feel like something can happen in your reality and can make you feel like you're a child again, and you're wondering, why am I so close to this inner child? Why is my inner child popping up? Why am I having all these inner child memories? Why am I being flooded with things that I once pushed down? It's because when you start looking inwards, it's like all these things have to be digested, and there's things that are coming out of locked cells. Some of you may compartmentalize memories. Like you could have like a lockbox full of bad things that happen to you, and instead of digesting them, healing from them, even speaking about them, you just lock them away. And it's like all of a sudden it's an inconvenient time to regurgitate trauma that happened to you as a child, but you have no other choice because it's spilling out of you. And what do? Clean up the mess. So some of you, you're being forced inwards to look inwards because it's all coming out all at once. For others of you, you were the one who initiated this search inwards and found a lockbox. And you unlocked it. And you said, yeah, I'm down for the ride of unpacking all of this. Because the only way to God is inwards. And all this trauma was to stop you from going inwards. It was to stop you from being whole again, being in your God body, because you have so much stored up trauma that you couldn't even be in one with spirits. There was too much conflict in your soul. There was too much conflict bottled up. There was too much conflict in the safe. Alright? All this family pain, all this shit that happened to you, these greedy people. Alright? And wishing and hoping and praying. Dark night. This is what this is. A dark night of the soul. A reckoning of childhood trauma and wounds. Cherish, grow, signs, and foresight. Signs of the future. I'm telling you, y'all. And adrenaline. And that's crazy. Stop playing with me. The last bit of my notes, which I'm not going to show them all because it's terrible. It says, thank God for good and bad. It says good and bad right here. Hell yeah. Respect, Virgo. There was some good ass shit that happened. There was some bad shit that happened. You're thanking God for it. You're moving past it. Moving past these emotions. Going through the ride. Taking up on your spiritual calling to go inwards. And waiting to prepare. Ooh, hallelujah. Waiting to prepare at the risk of FOMO, of missing out, at the risk of missing out on partying and clubbing. Old fashioned. You're doing something the old fashioned way. I feel like you're very devoted to get into some type of divine masculine energy. Muse, sneaky, chaser. Somebody's chasing you from the background. We'll stop. But I'm also picking up on there's something about like you understanding that if you could be something, somebody else could be too. Alright. But anyways, old fashioned divine masculine, there's something about you taking action to do something. Okay, so you may have taken an action to become like this mask, this fake profile, this fake person that chased after adoration, that chased after attention, that would seek approval or change yourself to make everybody happy. There was some type of mask that you had. Okay, and these outside influences help you go inward, psychic connection, heartbreak and reflection, dreams of you. I'm telling you, y'all, reflection, I'm telling you, y'all, there's something about your environment forcing you to go inwards. It's like the things that trigger memories of childhood trauma that needs to be healed. You can have like snapbacks of moments when you're still like a child. Alright. I'm also picking up on like serious inner childhood healing. Yeah. To the point where you're like reconciling with your spiritual powers. Because there's parts of your spiritual body that was eliminated, that was cut off, that was blocked up because of stored up trauma. And the more that you travel in, ooh, Lord have mercy. I just got this sharp, itchy pain in between my shoulder blades. But the more that you go inwards, the more that you get into your spiritual bag, the more these things come out of you because it's like a cleansing, like spirit, a cleansing, like living water. Some of you are like being forced to look into energized water, okay, energy water. I don't know what this is, living water, holy water, not sure. In the water. Let's get it. What's the rest is still unwritten? I don't know how long I've been here, y'all. I don't even, that my camera's like down there. So that's why we having these long videos, because I don't know like what time it is. We get the Ace of Cups, the Four of Swords, the Ten of Cups, the Eight of Cups. Hell yeah. The rest is still unwritten. But this Ace of Cups and the Four of Swords, I'm getting the reactivation of these chakras. Also getting like emotions as well. Some of you may have like suppressed emotions, characteristics, feelings, passions. You may have moved away from that. But those things at one time brought you happiness. Okay? And I felt like you at one time walked away from it because somebody could have criticized you, brought you down. It could have led to something disastrous. There could have been an adverse effect. Or you could have just become busy and had to walk away from things that you loved, Virgo. But the rest is still unwritten. Something is coming in. I keep picking up on this. Everybody thinks it's gonna be like a reconciling of like a twin flame or something, but it's like a spiritual partnership. Is you meeting you. I don't know how to explain this. What's the rest is still unwritten? I feel like I've been, Three of Cups. You're gonna get back what you had to walk away from. Okay, the King of Pentacles energy. I told you, with the Three of Cups, you can think about that as like family, friends, party energy, but it's just celebration to me. It's reconciliation energy to me. It's the celebration of something. So even if the thing that you lost doesn't come back, you will get something that you will celebrate equally. Okay? Some of you, this could be a job, finances. Alright? But this is giving me the energy of your future. Like, yeah, you may have. Oh. They're talking about spiritual gifts that you were passionate about. So they're telling me that your spiritual gifts are centered around things that you are passionate about. Your passions help you discover your spiritual gifts, and people may have criticized your hobbies, your likes, your passions, your emotions. And like I said earlier, but you may have like walked away from something that was supposed to be in your future, right? Three of Cups. So you're going to be slowly led back to doing whatever this is in your future. It's still unwritten. Even though you're not doing something currently, you will be doing it in the future. Okay, so look out for this energy. Something about 2004 that could be significant. The name Natasha or Bedingfield could be significant. You could have Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio in your chart. Heavy water in the energy. Virgo. I'm also picking up on people who have passed away. There's something about you projecting onto your future happiness. Didn't I say that earlier? Okay, about you looking into the future and deciding which way it will go. Okay, some of you with the Ace of Cups and the Four of Swords, you really need to heal and pour into yourself and take care of yourself, because with the Ten of Cups and the Eight of Cups, you can change things in your present based off of your emotions about something. Three of Cups energy. So the rest is still unwritten. Three of Cups. They want you to look into your future, writing it off as the Three of Cups, emotionally walking away from I heard fixing things, always being the fixer, but that's not even like the right thing I want to say here. Emotionally walk away from suppressing aspects inside of yourself to make others happy. Three of Cups, finding others who will, be in mutual energy to the person who you want to be. There's also somebody that you walked away from. They still think about a future with you. And then they're distracting as hell. Whoever this is, feels like they have like some type of missed opportunity. Five of Swords. Okay. We're not going to talk about them. What's the outside looking in? Somebody wants attention so bad. You could be like starving the devil. Okay, with the three of wands, the devil to the wheel of fortune. They gave me the energy to turn away from the devil and he shall flee. Some of you are like starving out an energy vampire and they want your energy so bad. Like whoever this is so thirsty. Like you would think they're in the Sahara Desert, how thirsty they are. What's the outside looking in? There's also also something about what you project into the future. They need you to make up your mind on how the future is gonna go for you and walk away from it. Like, don't overthink about it. Don't put too much into it. Write down what you want to happen in the highest vibration of love, and then walk away from it and don't do anything else. And look how, and then watch from the outside how the universe takes you on this ride. Some of y'all are really, really stepping up spiritually here. And the more you get some type of connection with spirit, the more they can take you on a ride. What's the outside looking in? We have the Page of Pentacles crossing. Whoa. Then we have the Fortune. And the Ace of Swords. An opportunity to change things for the better if you think strategically. This is giving me the energy of like when you zoom out or zoom in, bigger picture, Big Kurt is coming through my mind right now. I wish you saw the bigger picture. I wish you saw the bigger picture. You're going to have the opportunity to see the bigger picture. Alright, and I told you it's going to come with thinking strategically. Looking from the outside in is thinking with no emotions, acting with no emotions. Yeah, your hand looks crazy right now, right? You got that deck of cards, and cards look crazy. But if you detach from if you win or lose and see which one you could play, you never know how the universe can pick up where you left off and move things in your favor. Okay, so there's something about them showing you something. I'm also picking up on that energy again, where something that you predicted happens the way that you think it will. And it's like a well thought out plan. Page of Wands, you get confirmation because you're the one who wrote it. There's going to be some type of weird circumstance in which something is going to happen. You're going to have like proof and confirmation that you wielded something, that you created something. And you look at it, you're going to be like, damn. 3 Kings came out back to back. There's also going to be like several opportunities coming towards you that you're going to need to think about because they're going to seem like wish fulfillment. Or your wish fulfillment could already be coming in, and there could be people who, you know, take action and give you opportunities, or whoa, what they're giving me, you know those one games, okay, you know those one games that you can play on the computer where you get to pick someone's future, alright, and there's like multiple different girls or multiple different guys, and you have like 2-minute segments with each one, and they're like, which path do you choose? There's some shit like this. You're gonna be able to look objectively for the outside of the passages that you need to take and choose the correct one. Okay? So spirit they need you to connect with them so they can help you pick the best timeline that they can help you on. They want you dedicated to the best timeline. There's something going on here. They need you to see it. Something about a corner store. You have the Temperance. We have the 5 of Wands. Something about corner store fights. Somebody's name could be Pops. Okay, somebody could have owned a corner store for a very long time. Yeah. There's going to be some type of aha moments. There's going to be some type of information given to you. I'm gonna break you off on game. Okay, so there's gonna be some type of information given to you that will help you get over deadlocks. That will help you overcome the things that you were conflicted about mentally. With the temperance, it's just time. It's time that you fix your inner conflict in order to move better. And I'm telling you, there's something about you thinking strategically, looking from the outside, and choosing the spiritual path. Okay, I'm hearing, um, it's not even the path less traveled. It's like the invisible path. Okay, the invisible path of like the mental here. So there's gonna be things that happen in you that trigger you, and you're gonna realize, oh, this is an opportunity for me to think this through and calm myself. So, for instance, somebody's gonna cut you off, and you have just prayed for more patience, and then somebody comes and cuts you off, and you're gonna be like, oh, this is an opportunity to have patience. Thinking strategic, and this is what I meant, though. You experimenting, you trying something. And then it's just a thought. It's just an experimentation. And then you looking from the outside, and the divine timing, boom, what you thought of, what you put out into the universe comes in, and you realize that this is an opportunity to stand in your power in some type of way. Shit crazy. Shit crazy. So there could be like aspects and things inside of you that you were blind to that stopped you from being in your God body. And in order for you to live, operate, and really master yourself in your God body, you're gonna have to temperance. Okay, whatever that means to you, you're gonna have to find the duality in order to move in the highest goddess form. Okay, because we all can't be perfect. This world demands a level of darkness and a level of light. But there's something about you creating the best version of yourself in which you can live with the duality. Okay, you feel like whatever duality you have is fair to you. And that type of power allows you to move in a certain type of way. And they need you to be in this energy so they can pull up with a ride. You feel me? So they can pull up on you in the stretch spiritual limousine and pick you up and take you where they need to go. It's this type of energy. So I don't know what's coming out inside of you, but it's gonna be happening. It's gonna happen to you without you trying. It's like it's gonna pour out of you. Little water. I'm also picking up on like pools of chakras that have not produced an energy wave in a really long time, producing energy waves. I'm also picking up on the stages of sleep. Okay, the stages of sleep in which your literal vibrations change. They call them gamma, delta, REM sleep. Look into it. And there's something about you turning on chakras, turning on pools of energy points that have not flowed in a long time because it has been blocked up. And then an opportunity for you to release that blockage comes in. This is like being embarrassed that you snort when you laugh. You know, somebody tried to come at me saying I snort when I laugh. Like, bitch. And my daddy nicknamed me Pig. 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 My daddy nicknamed me Pig because I snorted when I laughed. Yeah. So subconsciously I changed the way that I laughed. You wasn't gonna call me Pig, bitch. You feel me? In my mind I changed myself. Right? And then I noticed that about myself because when I find something genuinely funny, I snort uncontrollably. And then I won't even notice till somebody brings it up. And it's like an opportunity to continue to change my life or be a pig. And you know, being a pig is way better. You feel me? Full belly laughs is way better than living by somebody else's opinion. It's this type of shit going on right here in the energy. Alright? So you're going to be adapting. You're going to meet you again. Oof. Because there's something about somebody corrupting you, corrupting your God body when you were young, creating trauma in you while you were young, so you'll never be that unique version of yourself ever again. That spiritual version of you that does not have aversions, it does not have complexes, it does not have animosity, you feel me? It doesn't have depression. It was free. It was beautiful, it was abundant, it was unique, it was special. And it was perverse into something normal. And it's time to step out of normality. You feel me? It's time to step out of normality because moving in authenticity is the highest form, is the highest vibration you can be in. And those types of manifestations, baby, baby, what's are you down for the ride? Are you down for the ride? It's like you see the stretch limousine, the stretch spiritual limousine coming around the corner, and you just know it's about to stop and pick you up. It's like it's this type of energy. There's something about a stretch limousine, a white stretch limousine. Okay, I don't know who even drives limousines anymore. I mean, they call it the spiritual limousine. Okay, the spiritual Merkaba. The spiritual limousine Merkaba on the way. Do you feel me? Are you down for the ride? Stop playing with me. Judgments? And it's all in the mind, baby. It's all in the mind. Because the more you go inwards into your mind, you realize that it is connected to the infinite source of living water. Okay? The word is actually living. The living word is actually living, and it takes life inside of your mind. Okay? Because when you think about it, it comes to life. Because when you think about it, it comes to life. Judgment. Are you down for the ride? Are you down for the ride that you can think of? Y'all not hearing me. Because this is the mind state of being as a child. You feel me? This is why they corrupt children. That's why you need to protect your children at all costs. But this is why they corrupt children. Because you have to have the mind of a child in order to really manifest and co-create with spirit in the way that they're really supposed to be. God, body energy, in which you can have the judgment that whatever life that you want can come to you if you can envision it. That's all it takes. An envision, an imagination. That's why they ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? Write down a picture, draw a picture of what you want to be when you grow up. Write it down on a piece of paper. They want you to envision it. You're projecting that possibility of coming to life, that opening of a future segment that could actually happen. But with the Ten of Wands, what really happens is as we grow older, our imagination, our willingness to be a part of something spiritual, unseen, in which we have to have faith in and belief in, is damaged. Ten of Wands. There's a lot of burden, there's a lot of pressure because the world beats us down. You feel me? But some of you are healing from being beat down. Yeah, Page of Cups, you're getting back to that childlike state. You're nurturing that childlike state, giving it love, and moving from love. Oh yeah, Magician and the Nine of Pentacles, manifesting blessings, Knight of Coins. This is really all that you're dedicated to. Five of Cups. There could be things that you regret doing, but it just gave you experience. Experience. Okay? There could be things that have happened in relationships that was supposed to help you learn about this as well. This illusion that you catered and moved out of. Nine of Cups in order to have emotional fulfillment. High Priestess, Ten of Cups. But you're choosing your emotional fulfillment over fulfilling others, because in fulfillment of what others think that you should be for them, you lost who you should be, your authentic version, your authentic happiness, that authentic Ten of Cups energy. And that's very important, because what is it? It's a fucking vibration. Some of you have been perversed and corrupted into vibrations that were never supposed to be your vibration. It was never supposed to be your reality. It was never supposed to be your prison. And this is, the divine giving you permission to get up out of the prison that you have made for yourself and go back to your authentic form, your God body, in order to be in more accord. And hop into the stretch limousine. Are you down for the ride? Are you? Two of Swords. I don't know. Ace of Wands and the Five of Swords. I don't know. Okay? Because unsure energy produces sabotage. Sabotage. And also, your judgment has been sabotaged. Some of you can't even make up your mind. You're so flippy floppy, you don't even know what to do, because something had happened to you in which you weren't secure in your choices, because one of your choices led to something going bad, didn't it? Yep. One of your choices led to something going wrong, and this has created a mistrust in your judgment somewhere along the line, and it is a big rift. Your faith in the divine, your faith in yourself, your faith in God, knowing that God is you and wants the best for you and has plans for your betterment in the future. You feeling there was a giant rift here. And this rift has messed with your God body, your manifestations, and the timeline that you were supposed to have in the future. And this is you coming to the understanding that things that made you indecisive about your passions, your emotions, your judgment even, is only due to trauma, pain, things that have happened, the pain that you caused yourself because you loved other people who did not love you the way that you loved them. Yeah, but you're moving away from all that. None of that matters. You're moving away from all that. Star card, the Chariot, healing that inner child again and again and again. So whatever this are you down for the ride energy, it's the ride in which you get back faith in yourself. Amen. Faith in God. Amen. Faith in your ancestors and God's faith in your own judgment, your gut feeling, your instinct. Faith in your authentic emotions, vibration, feelings. You feel me? Because somewhere along the line it got corrupted, and this has messed up the timeline in your co-creation with spirit universe and your spiritual guides. And they're going to need you to trust them again, because they're coming around the corner with a stretch limo, and they're going to need you to get into it. Are you going to question who sent the spiritual, cloudy, white stretch limo? They got clouds is gonna take you upwards. You're gonna question it, or you're gonna get into the fucking car right now. Some of you are getting blessings right now, and you don't know if these blessings are like just phony blessings. See, this is that type of shit. This is that type of shit right here. You don't know that's a trauma response like a motherfucker. Right? You're getting blessings right now, and you don't know if these blessings are about to be snatched from you. You're hoarding them, you're scared, you're anxious because things are going too good. You know it's a motherfucking trauma response. When things go too well for a long period of time, and you start getting paranoid, looking over your shoulder for the fucking ball to drop. It's this type of energy, Virgo. And this is due to something that happened to you. It's like your opposition wanted to create that trauma so that you self-sabotage your own blessings. And now you have identified it. Now you have to resist it. So like I said, the opportunity, okay, is coming to change things in your favor by thinking strategically. That means an opportunity to trigger the fuck out of you is on its way, okay? It's on its way. Any opportunity, any at all, to trigger anger, frustration, lust, addiction, confusion, indecisiveness, anxiety, anything that can trigger an emotion inside of you is on its way in order to test you. Are you really down for the ride? Do you really believe in spirit guides, faith, God, yourself? If you did, this little problem that we gave you ain't gonna do nothing, right? You still down for the ride, right? Let's see. Okay. Nine of Wands in the reverse is the Empress. You still down for the ride, right? Nine of Wands in the reverse is a fucked up situation. Okay? That is, you're unable to stand your ground. This is the energy where you may feel like it's better to step down. You may feel like something is unreasonable. But then the Empress is here. You know that if you ever had a child, you'll know what I'm talking about. You know when you're just got done birthing a giant baby out of one of the smallest holes that you have. You feel me? You know when you just get done birthing a baby and you can't feel your legs. You're in pain. You're tired. You feel me? You couldn't get up. You couldn't fight. You wouldn't be able to protect yourself. You wouldn't be able to protect this baby. You wouldn't be able to do anything but just lay here. And all of a sudden, you now have to be responsible for something. You can't walk. You can't move your legs. You can't fight if you wanted to. You're just fucked up. And then they hand you a baby and you have to turn right into nurturing that baby. Forget that you don't, forget that you just got split in half. Forget that was like the most painful experience ever. Empress, it's time to enjoy what you just got. Is this type of energy here? This is the energy of you having a promotion. And then all of a sudden, all your childhood traumas come up all at once. And you're fighting your battle spiritually and mentally and emotionally. But you also have to show up for work, your kids, your friends, everybody else who needs you. And it's like, do I do inner work right now in the time that my ancestors and guides are begging me to do inner work? Or do I push it away and continue to fight and give my attention elsewhere? Like, is this the fucking time to pull off my mask and start being who I authentically want to be? Is this the time to try to make room for what I want in life? Is this the time to go after what I feel like I should go after? Because I'm already tired. What do you mean? What do you mean, God, it's time to go to school? I already got 2 jobs. What do you mean? What do you mean I need to get a house? You had to help me pay rent last month. What do you mean, God? What do you mean that it's time for me to move? I just moved in. What do you mean that I'm supposed to change careers and risk my housing and my children's stability to do what you need me to do? This is not the time to do this. I'm trying to be what I need to be, looking objectively. I'm trying to be what I need to be in order to get things to turn in my favor. This is not the time. It's not the time to nurture myself. It is not the time to go on a 7-day spiritual bender, detoxing, meditation, and motherfucking spiritual purging. Like, this is not the time, God. And God said, it's exactly the time. Are you going to do it or not? So this is the energy, Virgo, that I have for you. Straight up and down. I've been here for way too long. I always do this. But I hope that you enjoyed the long video. You feel me? Because, you know, somebody's going to get something out of this. Something out of this. Okay? It's going to be, like, tough, too. But it's not going to be that hard. You heard me? Because your angels and your ancestors are going to make it better for you. Alright? They're going to also send people to help you along this ride. See, your thinking is going to be so terrible because you're thinking of the viewpoint of you being the only participant in this. But you also have spiritual guides, family, and helpers. Outside influence and psychic connection. Outside influence has affected your psychic connection with the divine, and they're urging you to get back inwards and open up these chakras that has been shut down and dormant for so long. It is affecting your psychic connection, your spiritual calling, and your future. You have to make a decision. Contemplating, is this the time to unpack all of this? Is this the time to do all of this? Am I tripping? Am I just having a midlife crisis? Is this silly? Is this, ooh, I'm telling you, there's decisions about things that you may have felt shameful about. Okay? Things that you put away because you thought it would be humiliating for you to wear them proudly. Decisions you made for appearances. Okay? People influence your psychic connection by making you think things that interfered with your spiritual calling. Okay? Because it's silly to be spiritual. It's silly to talk about God. Blah, 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 blah. Spiritual calling. They try to make your calling shameful and humiliating, so you're less likely to live it authentically. Infidelity, so you are not committed to your calling. You step out of your calling. We have ascension, but you're ascending past this. Okay? And there's some type of plan for you to meet you and repair you. This is crazy. There's something that's like, you know that one movie, Freaky Friday, with the lady with the big titties? First of all, how did her titties get that big? That's what I want to know. Because I remember that movie, y'all. And I don't remember. Anyways, so the Freaky Friday movie in which the lady switched places with her daughter or something weird like that. But this is like giving me freaky. There's gonna be a Friday the 13th again. They're still talking about Friday the 13th, y'all. There's something significant. I've been picking up on Friday the 13th for months. Okay? Something about the thinning of the veil. But anyways, the Freaky Friday, there's something about you trading places with a younger version of yourself. That younger version of yourself that was not tampered, perverse, okay, that was not corrupted, that was not abused, that was not changed. I heard erosion, eroded, okay? So you're repairing you. And I feel like God is showing you you. That's why I was picking up on like periods in which you feel like a little kid, or you do things how you used to do it, unencumbering of whoever is around, and whatever they think about you. You're just being totally free out here. And it's reminding you of the past version of yourself. And they want to show you this past version because they need you to be like a child. They need you to be in that high vibration of chasing your passion, thinking optimistically about the world, um, thinking that you can and it is feasible and it is possible, and trusting that they can help you do it. They need you to reconcile with the version of yourself that was in co-creation with your spiritual calling so that you can change the outcome of your future. And if you're down for that, preparing takes place now. If you're not, you can go risk all of this healing and go have fun and party. Alright, but they're gonna follow you in your dreams. They're going to also hook you up with people who make you reflect back to what you're trying to run away from. So if you want to run away from spirit and live falsely and wear a mask and not surrender to what they're trying to do, you can. But you're going to miss out on a meeting of yourself. You're going to be independent when you have an offer to be connected to your divine feminine, divine masculine, instead of soul time yearning for your manifestations. So I know who needs to hear this. You know, you can run away from yourself and your blessings, or you can look yourself in the face, eat this shadow work, and throw up blessings. This is what I got here for you. If you resonate with anything, please leave me a like, comment down below. You already know what it is. I appreciate every single one of you. And you know I love you. Yeah.